actually, I had a question. I just got an email from Christina Pressman, of all things.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, and unfortunately, Christina is a great example of what we're losing around here. She was the land use person for Councilmember Jones, and unfortunately, she had her child. They couldn't find a house that they could afford. She's in Denver now. And it's sad because she is the kind, she's great, and we miss her. But one of the questions, Ron, one of the things, just to clarify, it was charter schools in Newark, but in your other districts, these were regular public schools, right?
So, yeah, I wanted to clarify that. So here we had 3 charter schools and an early childhood learning center as part of the overall development. And we do have a handful of teachers that live in the community and actually teach in those schools. And so, by all means, you guys have a land crisis here. You guys have to look at all of your land, and you got to look at all your assets. What my point is that build housing on a school site if the community wants it and the political will is there. But I wouldn't be thinking about it just for teachers for that school that's immediately adjacent. I'd be looking at it as sort of a regional play for a much larger, broad swath of schools. And so in Hartford and Chicago, we actually did not build public schools just because there wasn't a need. So it's district to district. You see, in Newark, we actually first went to the district schools in Newark, which is the case in most municipal sort of urban cores. In Newark, the district was actually downsized, and they hadn't figured out what they were doing with some of these assets. And the charter schools there were then expanding, and so we, from a sort of very commercially negotiated sort of standpoint, provided a turnkey solution for these schools that needed facilities. And so that's how that came about. When we went to Hartford, they don't have a whole lot of charters there. The district schools are all sort of generational schools that were there. There was no need for schools, and that's why we actually created our own educational programming in partnership with the universities, so that we have that piece of the community that we create as part of the fabric of it. And so it's flexible in terms of that format. I think ultimately sort of the ingredients that travel are the sort of affordable housing for teachers. It's the educational component as part of the overall community, both for the community that we're building in and the value-added education for the teachers. Beyond that, I mean, there's studies at Berkeley too that you guys have about $1 billion a year underinvested in California in your sort of school facilities. There's all kinds of solutions that you can do here where you can rebuild a school, put capital improvements into the school, and build the housing as part of a component of it.
Yeah, one of the things that impressed me was the tour that I got from Wanda. She's a single mother, apparently. She has a 6-year-old and a 14-year-old. They both go to the school. It's a much simpler commute for her. Now she's one of the managers of the property. It's a win-win-win for everyone, and it's really and she's actually involved in a lot of these programs.